name's John Seidel. I'm a member of the Rocky Mountain Composers, and tonight we have the last in our series of online concerts. Our performer tonight is Pat Holmberg. She is sitting at the piano, and if it weren't for Pat, none of the Rocky Mountain Composers group would know each other probably. We would not have gotten together. She's really the rock and the foundation of this whole group we call the Rocky Mountain Composers. So we really owe her a debt of gratitude. Tonight, we're going to hear 5 pieces from Pat at the piano. They're entitled The Mall Strut, Jean's Song, Walk in the Park, Homage to Charlie, and the Pearl Street Rag. And I think Pat's also going to give us the lyrics to one of these pieces in the middle of the performance. So, folks, let's listen to Pat.
Thanks to all of you for being here this evening, particularly since there's a debate going on in another part of town, well, another part of the country. Anyway, I appreciate your committing to music for a half hour or an hour here. And so my name is Pat Holmberg, and I've been a piano teacher for many years, and I also write music. And the first one I'm going to play is called The Mall Strut, and it's from a group of pieces that I call the Boulder Rags, and they all are, have something to do with the city of beautiful Boulder, Colorado. So anyway, here's the Mall Strut. We have a nice pedestrian mall downtown, and that's what this is about. The second one I'm going to do is called Jean's Song, and it's named for a lady who was a close friend of mine, and she had taken piano lessons from me actually for quite a few years, and then she started developing health problems, and eventually when she moved into assisted living, she actually gave me this piano I'm playing on. And so I wrote a song. It's just called Jean's Song simply, and it's in memory of her. right, so the next one is just a piece that I called Walk in the Park. Okay. Now this next one, I wrote just slightly over a year ago. We have friends in town. Their names are Ruth and Charlie. And Charlie was having his 90th birthday. And Ruth had a nice birthday party for them in their home. And so I wrote this homage to Charlie. And it's in 3 parts. And the first is when he was growing up on a farm in Nebraska, and life was pretty good. You know, he worked hard, but it was a happy childhood. And then the middle part is when he comes to Boulder to go to school, and he's very, very busy. You know, he's very busy. You know, getting going with a career, and you know, just all the busy things that go with working full time. And so the middle part is sort of busy, and then the last part, you know, is just Ruth and Charlie in retirement. They've had they've gone on some nice trips, you know, and they've just had a very sweet, lovely retirement. And so it's quite a different style, and you'll certainly be able to tell the changes in style between those 3 parts. And Charlie likes ragtime music, and so this first part of his childhood sort of has a tinge of that in there. Thank you. Okay. The next, well, it's I made a song into this, but when we went, did a dry run earlier, the words weren't coming through very well, and so I'm just going to read you this little poem that I wrote. It's sort of silly, but anyway, it goes, and I call it symbiosis. It's about a symbiotic relationship. And it goes, I have a friend who has been with me since I was young. We always find each other when there are songs to be sung. He has beauty and ideas and energy, and to communicate those, he uses me. My friend is music, music, music. He gives me the songs, and I help him along because he doesn't have his own voice. I don't understand who he is. I've never seen his face. I don't know where he lives, but it must be a wonderful place. He is there and I am here, but our hearts are bound together. My friend is music, music, music. I cannot sing without music, and music cannot sing without me. So that's that. And so the last one I'm going to play is another one of the Boulder rags. It's called the Pearl Street rag. And those who don't know Boulder, Pearl Street is sort of the main street in downtown Boulder. And so here's the Pearl Street rag.
So now we can have some questions. I'm going to turn the volume back up here.
Nice job, Pat.
Well done. Yeah. Sounded very good.
Well, Pat, great music. It's so much fun, so evocative too. That was quite a walk in the park.
Yeah.
And I wonder how do you decide? There are a lot of modulations in the different parts of each piece. Yeah, how do you decide which keys you want to modulate to?
I don't know, John. You know, like with those rags, if they're all in the same, I don't know. It seems to me that they need changes. And I don't know. I just said it that way.
Yeah, I noticed in Homage to Charlie, you ended up in G flat, or maybe it was F sharp. I don't know how you were thinking, but
Yeah.
it was very foreign to where you started. So I was just curious.
Yeah.
Pat, I have a question.
What's that?
Are you still writing as many ragtime pieces as you used to?
Well, I have been writing. I mean, I keep getting new ideas and I put them in Finale, and just save in a file that I don't know, and then I'll develop it later. But mainly, what I've been doing lately is just trying to go through all the bits and pieces that I have that I've never finished and get them together and put them on my website. So I'm playing a lot of catch up, with doing that from older things, but then I'm also doing a few new ones. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's mostly piano pieces.
Good.
Yeah.
My question, Pat, is when did your interest in rags start and how?
That's an interesting, this was a lot of years ago, probably, around in 1980. I had a piano student who she was in her 20s probably, and her husband, she kept telling me about him because he was a guitar player, and she said he's very good and you have to meet him sometime. So she brought him over one time, and so he is a very good musician and wonderful guitar player. And he said, why don't you write some rags for me to play on the guitar? And so that is, in a nutshell, in one sentence, that's why I started writing rags. I never would have thought of it otherwise.
You just seem like such a natural at that style.
Yeah, it just, well, thank you. Yeah, well, when I grew up, that was that old stride piano. That was the style. And I can remember in the 50s when I finally started getting the hang of, getting pretty good with that. Then the styles changed and whoops, I can remember listening over and over to an Andre Previn recording and this new style that was coming in, like offbeat chords in your left hand and just a single line on top, and so something new to learn. I mean, that's the way it is. And so I, otherwise I probably would just have gotten stuck in that ragtime, but still it's interesting and it's fun music. The thing about rags, they're cheerful, most of them. They're toe tapping, they're upbeat, and so good question, Chris.
Have you ever written a rag that wasn't cheerful?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I started one.
Tried. You could probably do that if you tried.
Yeah.
That's a good challenge, maybe I'll do that. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, are we all really fortunate and blessed to have music in our lives, because there's always something new to do with it. You never run out of projects, and I think it's a wonderful way to go through life.
Oh.
Here, here.
Yeah. Pat, I thought you were going to play the piece, the song that you read. Would you sing that for us?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought that the sound wasn't very good, but I'll do that.
Well,
Sure.
now that we know the words,
Yeah, okay.
I want to hear it.
Play the piano part. Yeah.
And sing.
I have a friend who has been with me since I've been young. We always find each other when there are songs to be sung. He has beauty, ideas, and energy, and to communicate those he uses me. because he doesn't have his own voice. I don't understand who he is. I've never seen his face. I don't know where he lives, but it must be a wonderful place. He is there and I am here, but our hearts are bound together. My friend is music, 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 music. I cannot sing without music, and music cannot sing without me. I cannot sing without music, and music cannot sing without me.
Yeah.
That's great.
Great, Pat.
That
Thank
was fun.
you.
Yes, thank
Thank
you.
you all for being here.
Thank you for playing tonight.
Yeah.
And thanks everybody for joining us for this final concert of our season, our online season. I think we'll have more of these maybe in the future, or we'll switch back to regular concerts whenever we can. I guess we'll wrap up this concert online. Thanks everybody.